Change the world, history, right here where we're from. It's new beginning to you and me, cause we're not done. In our city, in our city, in our city, we're not done. I feel like that.
And good morning, everyone. I know it's Friday and all, but you know, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Okay, so good morning. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? I'm doing a lot better today than I've done the last 4 days. Okay, I'm a lot better. I finally figured out what my problem was, and now we can get down to brass tacks today. Okay, because I wasn't able to really concentrate on who I wanted to insult yesterday because I couldn't. My system wasn't doing what it needed to do. But I believe today we are in business, thanks to the good Lord and the little brain He gave me. I finally figured out what I did wrong the last 4 days. I can't even tell you. It's so embarrassing, but that's okay. See, even brilliant people have hard times at times. Okay. So let me say good morning to you all guys today. It is an absolutely wonderful, great day to be alive. And it's better to be on top of the ground than the ground on top of you. Can I get an amen on that one? Absolutely. The phone issue is taken care of. We got that. We good. We got the phone issue taken care of, brother. We good. We doing good. We making it all right. Okay. So now, how are we gonna start this day off today? Okay, well, we're gonna do like we normally do, and that is our daily bread. Because in the world of confusion, in the world of the unknown, there's something I believe that we can all depend on, and that is the wisdom of the God who looks high, sets high, and looks low. So that's what we do. So let me get ready to go to our daily bread, and then we'll come back and we'll get this party started. Okay? Because I'm going nowhere. Hang loose. But you need this daily bread thing. We all need a word from on high to get our mind right. Which I'm gonna talk about some of the other days. So I shall return Uno
face.
momento.
Every moment filled with your warm embrace.
Where is it at?
Through valleys deep
There we
and
go.
mountains high, your faith a beacon in the sky. Every trial with lessons wrapped tight in
Okay,
every
I got it ready
shadow,
now.
you are my light.
We'll be back. Uno momento.
Thank you, Lord, for the laughter and tears, for the strength you give.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading, titled A Ludicrous Investment, was written by Win Collier. In 1929, as the U.S. economy crashed, millions of people lost everything. But not Floyd Odlum. As everyone else panicked and sold their stocks at cut-rate prices, Odlum appeared to foolishly jump in and purchase stocks just as the nation's future disintegrated. But Odlum's foolish perspective paid off, yielding robust investments that endured for decades. In Jeremiah 32, God told Jeremiah to make what seemed like an absolutely ludicrous investment. Buy the field at Anathoth in the territory of Benjamin. This was no time to be buying fields, however. The entire country was on the verge of being ransacked. The army of the king of Babylon was besieging Jerusalem, and whatever field Jeremiah purchased would soon be Babylon's. What fool makes an investment when everything would soon be lost? Well, the person who's listening to God, the one who intended a future no one else could envision. In Jeremiah 32:15 we read, "This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says, houses, fields, and vineyards will again be bought in this land." God saw more than the ruin. God promised to bring redemption, healing, and restoration. A ludicrous investment in a relationship or service for God isn't foolish. It's the wisest possible move when God leads us to make it, and it's essential that we prayerfully seek to know He's behind the instruction. A foolish investment in others as God leads makes all the sense in the world. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from Jeremiah chapter 32, verses 6 through 15. Jeremiah said, "The word of the Lord came to me. Hanamel, son of Shallum your uncle, is going to come to you and say, 'Buy my field at Anathoth, because as nearest relative it is your right and duty to buy it.'" Then, just as the Lord had said, my cousin Hanamel came to me in the courtyard of the guard and said, "Buy my field at Anathoth in the territory of Benjamin. Since it is your right to redeem it and possess it, buy it for yourself." I knew that this was the word of the Lord. So I bought the field at Anathoth from my cousin Hanamel and weighed out for him 17 shekels of silver. I signed and sealed the deed, had it witnessed, and weighed out the silver on the scales. I took the deed of purchase, the sealed copy containing the terms and conditions, as well as the unsealed copy, and I gave this deed to Baruch, son of Neriah, the son of Maaseiah, in the presence of my cousin Hanamel, and of the witness who had signed the deed, and all of the Jews sitting in the courtyard of the guard. In their presence, I gave Baruch these instructions. "This is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Take these documents, both the sealed and the unsealed copies of the deed of purchase, and put them in a clay jar so they will last a long time. For this is what the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, says. Houses, fields, and vineyards will again be bought in this land." Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, when everything around us comes crashing down, so often we withdraw into ourselves and seek to protect what we have, rather than seek what you have for us. Help us to look to you for all we need in life, and to invest in the people and things that please you. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening. I'm Stephen, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Now it is time to, well, it's time to honor all of our young men and women who wear the uniform of the United States of America. The United States Navy. Everybody make it. I think my Veterans Day coming up. The United States Coast Guard. Through howling gale and shot and shell to win our victory. Providence is a guide, our pledge, our motto too. We're always ready to or die. I Coast Guard, we fight for you. The United States Air Force. And since this is an Air Force now, we got to give them some respect. The hey, when we roll, time to rise and shine. And last but certainly not least, the U.S. Marine Corps. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor free. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. Okay, that's enough. Okay, we heard enough. We good. We good. Now, it's Friday, and I have to. Okay, so normally I'm not here on Fridays, but since I screwed it up so bad this week, I thought I'd come in and have a conversation with you guys. And we're going to talk about. There are a few things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Soul Patrol going around Montgomery because they don't like, some of them don't like Charlie Kirk and come up with all these lies on the man. And then we're going to talk about the mayor and his well, he didn't. I don't know if he's being unreasonable or not, but I think he's being reasonable about this whole Jackson Hospital thing. But we'll get to that. And he was right about one thing. The Alabama Constitution does say it is up to the county to provide for the poor, the health for the poor. But what exactly does that mean? Well, I don't really know because we'll take the Constitution and say it means all kinds of things when that's not exactly what it means. But however, we'll get back to that at a later time. Now, but for the time being, today we have a little bit of, and it's not very long, okay? It's Dr. Miles Monroe, and he is this guy is I can listen to him all the time, okay, because he always says something interesting. But anyway, today's it is called. Let's see, what is this one called? Attitude. It is called The Power of Attitude, and it has often been said in school that your attitude determines your aptitude, your altitude, and there's some truth to that. If you think you can, or you think you can't, well, it's true. Whichever one you think. I think this guy's name is Dr. Miles. I think it's Miles Monroe, I believe. Yeah, Dr. Mile Monroe, Nonroe. Yeah, that's him. Anyway, it is a great thing, and then we'll come back, and it's just some great stories in this thing. There is some great stuff in here. So then we'll be back, and then I promise you we won't have hardly any interruptions after this. But I have to get this thing going on, because I was so perturbed all week long because we got things messed up. Okay, not we. Okay, like me. All right. And don't forget the lesson of life today. Go to the Facebook page. I tell you that. Well, I'll put it on there after a while. A lesson of life today. It's an interesting lesson of life today. And again, so a lot of things to talk about today. So we will get to it. Uno momento. So you guys hang loose, and I shall return. The good Lord says the same right after these messages.
There are only two animals on the planet that the Creator identified himself with. The first one is the eagle. The eagle. And the second animal is the lion. And when I identified those two animals as his favorite to identify himself with, I recognized I better study these two animals, because if he is the leader of the universe and I want to be a leader on earth, I better find out the nature of these animals and also the attitude of these animals. And I discovered that both of them are the kings of their domain. The eagle is the king of the bird kingdom, and the lion is the king of the animal kingdom. But let's talk a little bit about the lion. The lion has what I call the spirit of leadership. And this word spirit here is referring to attitude. Everybody say attitude. A leader has an attitude that makes him or her different from followers. Now, the lion is the king of the jungle, but the lion to me is a great source of encouragement to all of us. I want you to write this down. Remember this as long as you live. Number one, the lion is not the tallest animal in the jungle. Number two, the lion is not the largest animal in the jungle. Number three, the lion is not the heaviest animal in the jungle. Number four, the lion is not the smartest animal or the most intelligent animal in the jungle. And yet, when he shows up, they all run away. Well, here's one of my favorite quotes that I put in my books, and I believe it really brings home the point. An army of sheep led by a lion will always defeat an army of lions led by a sheep. And the answers to that dilemma is this: because leadership can transform cowards into violent warriors. The right kind of leadership can transform a timid into bold people who are fearless. Leadership is that powerful. Leadership can walk into a camp of depressed people, and in 20 minutes they have turned on into unbelievable, powerful armies. Because leadership determines everything. The lion is the king of the jungle because of one word: attitude. Everybody say attitude. Write it down. Attitude. The lion has a different attitude that makes every animal afraid of him. Now, we don't want to lead by fear, but it does take respect for you to become a leader. When I use the word fear in the jungle, we're talking about respect. The elephant respects the lion. The hyenas respect the lion. The giraffes, they respect the lion. What makes these massive animals respect such a small cat? The attitude is the difference. For example, a lion will see an elephant, and the thing that comes to his mind, one word: lunch. I could eat this thing. And he acts the way he thinks. Now, here's another amazing mystery. The elephant is larger, bigger, stronger, more powerful, heavier, and more intelligent. And yet, when the elephant sees the lion, one word comes to mind: eater. Attitude is a product of belief. You cannot have an attitude beyond your belief. So your attitude comes from your belief system. The lion is the king because of what he believes about himself. There are only two animals on the planet that the Creator identified himself with.
Our attitude really does determine our altitude. Okay. And now, if you don't believe that, then, I'm sorry about that, but you don't, All right. Now, what else is going on today? Okay. Well, now my numbers actually do work, I think, to this morning. So should you guys want to call in and elaborate? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's a hoodwink. So last night I did some. Well, let me get to this. Yesterday, a lot of hoopla was made about the mayor. Now, he's probably going to get overridden by the city council. A veto is good. A veto is sort of like a man having a good time. Yeah. Okay. Well, go ahead and have it because it won't last long. Okay. So the city council can, and I do believe with everybody else. I don't want the city to be taken. I don't want the city to be taken for granted on this money. I think about $15 million, something like that. But on the other hand, most of the people in the county live in the city of Montgomery. So of course Montgomery, I think, should ante up a little bit. Although I ain't got much left to give. But when it comes to this hospital thing, Jackson Hospital, and evidently, from what I understand, listen, this is a big deal. But the Constitution of Alabama does say that the county has the responsibility for the maintenance of the poor. And I've often asked that question, then where is the county hospital at? And they don't have one. Now, talking to my good friend, talking to the chairman of the county commission last night, Doug Singleton, evidently what that means is not necessarily what we think it means. Okay. And it doesn't mean a hospital, according to Doug. It doesn't mean a hospital. It means provide for medical needs, at least those that are feasible. But that now the Alabama Constitution doesn't use the word feasible. It says you're responsible for maintaining the maintenance of the poor. So I don't, again, it depends on who's looking at the Constitution. depends on the interpretation. Again, as soon as I can find that as soon as I can find that verse in the Constitution, I will let you know. I want this Doug up this time of day, this time of morning. I had to call him and see. Okay, let me see. Doug Singleton, where are you? Okay, let me see if I can find him. Let me see if I can find him, because I'm gonna call him. And see. Now he's probably not up right now. Well, he ought to be up right now. It's 7:31. Yeah, he might be. I got to find his number though. So as soon as I do find the number, I'll let him sort of try to explain this. Let me see. How you spell Singleton anyway? SIG. Yeah, is it SING? Oh yeah, there it is right there. Okay, there we go. All righty then. So let me see if there we go right there. All right, now I'm gonna see if I can find it, because I don't want to get this wrong. Okay, because I want to make sure that I take him at what he said last night, and so that's what we want to do. So why make me say it when he can say it? Because I don't think he thinks it means provide a hospital. I think he means that provide methods of care. You know what I'm saying? Methods of care. I think that's what he means. Anyway, let me see if I can find him. Okay, I'll see if I can find him. Okay, because I don't want to get this wrong. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. He probably knows it's me calling. Okay. Well, he may not answer the phone. So I don't know if I'll leave a message though. Hello there, Commissioner. This is Kevin Elkins, Montgomery's most influential podcaster, smartest guy on radio / internet. We are talking this morning about the maintenance of the poor, and when the Alabama Constitution says that, what exactly does it mean to you? Because I'm trying to figure out this difference, this indifference between you and the mayor. So if you can give us a call, we would appreciate it. 521-2963. That's area code 334-521, okay, 2963. And we'd appreciate it, because that's how we roll. All right. Thanks. We'll be here till 9:00 if the good Lord says the same. Okay, so y'all see, I did leave a message. Okay, I did leave a message, so he can call us if he wants to. Okay, now move right along. But we asked, and evidently they put almost $500,000 in services, in money, in the county, for the county gives that for medical resources such as a HSI and a couple other things that they do. So it's not that they don't do anything, but without a hospital, then what's going to happen again? What's going to happen if it closes? I mean, there's got to be a hospital, and here's another thing. They're in the middle of town, okay, about the middle of town. Poor folks who's sick probably won't be able. I mean, wait, and now maybe they can make it to Baptist South. Maybe right there on the bypass, but trying to make it way out there. See that hospital out there in what was that Taylor Road out there, wherever hell it is out there. It's way out there. I can't even remember where it is. Is that about AUM? Is that Taylor Road? I think it's Taylor Road. I mean, most people can't make it unless you got a car. You're not going to be making it. You be died along the way. Okay. So I'm just saying, um, you need to put something out there for the poor folks out there, us poor people. Now I don't happen to live in the county, so I can go to the VA, okay? And I don't care what anybody says about the VA. The VA don't charge. So I'm good. I love the medical care I get. I'm still here. I love the medical care I get at the VA. And now, if you want to get care at the VA, all you got to do is join the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, and you get some free health care too. But you gotta put your butt on the line to get it. Okay, it's not really free. You got to put your butt on the line. My knees hurt, my legs hurt. A lot of things hurt, but I'm a man. You see, I'm a man, so I just deal with the pain, baby. I deal with the pain. Okay, because I don't want to be the only paratrooper in America that's whining about the pain. Okay, because they hurt sometimes. You do, but that's okay. I'm tough. Okay, because I'm a man with an M, with a capital MAN. Okay, I just want to let you know that I'm a man. I mean, a man don't whine about pain. We just deal with it. Okay. Anyway, call Doug. Let me see here. What else is going on? Somebody put the thing. Okay. So, what else? Okay. Now let me get back to my big old issue yesterday. All these Negroes out there calling me all kind of names on the internet. Okay. I mean, they just calling the brother all kinds of names because they happen to disagree with my perspective. Okay. Now, as I was trying to get across yesterday, it seems that a local businessman is being taken to task for putting a sign on his property celebrating the birthday of Charlie Kirk. Now, the man has a right to put anything on his property he wants to. You didn't help him. You didn't help him buy it. Help him make it. So, property. We'll get back. Hello. Yeah, combo check. I'm hearing you. I think everybody else is too. Yeah, they can hear you. I believe they can hear you today. All right, appreciate it. So, the man has a right to put on his own property what he as he pleases. Okay, y'all did not help that man pay any bills. And what really gets me, my Lord, what really gets me with some of the attitude of people in this city is that, I mean, think about this for a second, is that people who have been through all kinds, your grandmother, your grandfathers, your great grandmother, your great who've been through hell in this city, you want to turn around and be the same way to white people as white folks were to us. So what makes us any different? The race issue around here, and that's why I named today the title of today's show. I didn't tell anybody, is disagreement is not racism. You guys keep changing the word racism, the definition of it. Every 5 years, it means something else. It's kind of like back in the day. Are we colored or are we black people? I'd rather be called colored, to tell you the truth. I'm not black. I mean, if what they taught us in school, the 12 basic colors, yeah, I'm not black. But I understand where it came from. But I'd rather be called colored. Elkins, the colored guy over there, right on. Just say which color he is. I'm brown. But anyway, people around here want a reason to dislike people. They do. They want a reason to, I guess, to hate in perpetuity. I mean, forever. And some of these people haven't been through jack. They ain't been through a thing. But we want to hate people. We want to disagree. We want to. I mean, you couldn't hear the call. Wait a minute. What you mean you couldn't hear the caller? I heard the caller. Okay then. Well, we heard each other last night, so maybe it was a delay, but we'll check that out later because we did. So, I mean, oh really? Yours has okay. It's color. Okay, well that's good because that's what we are. We're not black. I mean, listen. There were some people back in the day, and I'll say, well maybe. Oh well, wait a minute. The reason you couldn't hear him that time because he didn't speak very loud. Okay, that was his problem. He didn't speak very loud. So I'll try somebody else in a minute and make sure because I checked this out last night. We was rolling. So but anyway, what is the problem with people in this city? Do we not want to get along? Do we not want to have a harmonious relationship between the people? I mean, I think, and here's what I have found. Montgomery, Alabama, they need somebody to dislike. Okay. We need somebody to dislike because our life is not going the way we wanted it to. Trust me, the reason my life was all jacked up sometimes because I was very stupid young coming up. Okay, that's just the way it is. That just I threw money away. I chased everything with a skirt on. I mean, it was just it was just terrible. But at that time, it felt pretty good. But you know, if you look in the mirror, if you look in the mirror, you will find at least 75% of your problem. Okay? Whether it's money, whether it's education, whether it is life in general, if you look in the mirror, you will find 75% of your problem. And if you can take care of that 75%, then the chances are of you surviving will be good. Okay? Because what we do is who we are. Okay? So it seemed like to me. Now, listen again. Let me say for sure. I'm a for the sake of this conversation. I'm just gonna say I'm a black man. I'm a black man who went through just as much hell as anybody else did of my generation, and I went through a hell of a lot less than my mother did, who's from Jackson, Mississippi. The stories she used to tell me, they still make me. I'm my mother been dead since 1987, and it still angers me that sometimes when I think about the things she had to go through as a child in Mississippi, the things she used to tell us, I just it made me want to go hurt somebody. But I can't hold that. But let me tell you what she told me though. My mother told me, she said, "Don't hate them, just don't trust them." Okay. And that's good advice for anybody. I mean, that's good advice for anybody. So you guys here in Alabama, Montgomery, are not the only people that been through something. I mean, Indiana. Okay, let me tell you, Indiana is where the Ku Klux Klan was originally originated. Okay, okay, and listen, I agree with you. We have an opportunity to get an education. We have an opportunity to do anything, and oh hey, let's not even talk about what happened in Tuskegee during World War II. Let's not talk about a group of men who were eminently qualified, eminently intelligent to do what they had to do, but they still went and fought for the country. And somebody asked them, "Why would you fight for a country that treated you so bad?" Well, and I think one of the Tuskegee Airmen said, because we was trying to make it better for the people coming up, and they did, and they did. Um, um, so I don't know why this this hatred of people. I don't know. Yeah, we know white ain't a race, but yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. But Gary, I think the sound is okay, but he didn't speak very much at all. He speak very, very, very low. Okay, yeah, I know VA is not free, but I'm just saying, since I've been out long and I was in, it's free now, and I appreciate it. I mean, but only reason why I need to go out there sometimes because the complications of life and that we got when we were young. Okay, so I ain't mad at nobody. I'm good. All right. So the numbers here are, let me see now if you want to call, let me see, where's my number at here? So it's on here someplace. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. There's the numbers right there if you want to call. Let me give me another combo check here because that's what he called for. I couldn't hardly hear him. Um, but yeah, I think we're good on the phone thing today. But I'll know the next time somebody calls in whether or not it's good or not. So why is it that we want to hold on to the vestiges of the past? Does it make you feel relevant in some small way because you can verbalize your hate? I mean, I don't understand that. I've been done wrong by white folks too. I have. I caught hell. But we cannot we cannot hold on to it, especially with us who got more churches in our communities than any other community in town. I mean, we got more churches, and why do we have all these churches if we really don't mean what we say we mean? I mean, really, if we don't mean it, why do we have? Okay, let me see this. Yo, yeah, we did. See, nobody. You, can you speak up a little louder? Because I oh, there you go. Oh, let me call Doug right quick. He called me. Hold. All right. Hey, Doug. Listen, people. We were talking about the hospital thing today, and I was trying to explain what you told me, and that is not about because the mayor doesn't want to sign this thing, which I think he's going to get overridden anyway. But the Constitution said you got the county is responsible for the maintenance of the poor, and now what that exactly means, I'm not sure. But evidently the county does provide some medical assistance to people right now. Hmm. Hmm. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Our goal is to make sure every resident in Montgomery County.
Okay. All right. Well, I just thought I'd catch you. Evidently, I thought my phone system was working good. It was working last night, but so people couldn't hear you. So I'm gonna have to tell them what you just said. So, man, this is messed up. But I'll replay it later on this afternoon, and they'll get to hear all your good. Oh, you heard them at the end. Oh, well, I don't know what's going on with this thing, but hopefully it. Well, what can I tell you, man?
In for 25 million. Um,
Mm, yeah. Well, I guess they're going to override his veto. I mean, at 9-0, this not even an issue whether or not it's going to come through fruition or not. It's just that he's not going to he's not going to sign the law. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope they. Mhm. Okay. Is there a certain amount of money? Somebody's asking me. Is there a certain amount of money that the county? Because when you say 60-40, is there a limit to that 40? Mhm. Okay. So it's about $10 million that the county is willing to muster up and give to the city. Propose. Mhm. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm about to tell people because evidently they can't hear you, but I'm going to replay this later on. They'll be able to hear that. I don't know what my sound is today. I'm catching the blues. You must be Republican. But anyway, I'm a moderate. Sometimes, well, right on. Okay, and that means Republican because Democrats don't really like us very much. I don't know. But that's what. Anyway, we won't get in there. I got to figure out this other stuff. Man, I worked this thing last night and it worked great. I called people. We were talking. I don't know what's going on with this thing right now. I think y'all got cheap cell phones out there or something. I don't know. Low budget, yeah. Doug, thank you for and I'll explain to me what you said, and hopefully I'll be able to extract it from this and play the audio later on. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mhm. So sorry about that, guy. Listen, I checked this thing last night. Me and a friend checked this thing last night, and it was working fine. I don't know what happened today, so I may have to restart the computer and start all over again. I don't know because I wouldn't have got up this early in the morning. This was the case, but we checked it last night. It was all working. But anyway, so here's the deal. Here's what he said. The county has always said it would be a 60-40 split. The county would give 40%, whatever that number is. Right now, that number is, I think, $25 million. Okay, that the county and the city are supposed to come up with to give to um, to help the hospital. Okay. Hey, listen, bro. What you don't know what your sound is today? It's same every day. Hey, listen, brother. It worked last night. That's all I can tell you. I don't. It must be something in the air or something. I don't know what's going on because I wouldn't have got up early. You think I'd have got up early this morning on Friday if I thought everything wasn't going to work right? Yeah, of course I would have got up early. But let me see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I got all my things working. Yeah, we look like we're working pretty good over there. I don't know. Maybe I do need a new mixer or something like that. But hey, I apologize. We tell them. This is stupid. Listen, I agree with you. It's stupid. But what can I say? The number in figures is 40. So theirs would be if it's $25 million, then the county would be $10 million. Okay. Where and the city would be $15 million. So that's where that works out. That's what he just that's out of all the things he said, that's the deal. And they do provide medical services in the county for indigent people through the health services that whatever HSI whatever it is, and through that other thing that they got on with they got the county health placed over there on Mobile Highway. So the county is, according to Doug, they are providing. They just don't provide hospitals. Uh, the county doesn't have a hospital, which maybe they should have a maybe they should have a county hospital, and that way they won't be breaking Jackson or Baptist. But again, I don't know. I'm not in the medical field, so I don't know how that works. And see what I'm talking about, people who are hateful people. See, rather than saying, Elkins, I'm glad you got up this morning to talk to us, but no. Here's Don. This is stupid. Now, do you really think that and Gary, come on, man, give me a break. You're a teacher. Sometimes things go wrong and sometimes they work. Sometimes I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it, because I am absolutely perplexed. Last night I worked with my friend Greg there and we talked on it and he said, I hear myself. I said, okay then. Well, listen, the county is trying to stiff the mayor. Well, no, 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 not really. Evidently, this is something that's been worked out before, a 40-60 split. And 40% of, I guess 40% of $25 million is about $10 million. Let's see, 50% of 25 would be, 12.5 million dollars. Well, they say they're going to take it down to 40, so it's $10 million. So yeah, that's about right. I don't understand why we, what the big problem is with the mayor on this one. I mean, most of the people who frequent the hospitals are from the city, not the county. I think the city should pay more money. Yeah, I mean, we the burden the burden on these hospitals are coming from our young brothers and sisters shooting one another for the most part. And they ain't got no insurance when they go in there. They don't. All the crime and I mean, we are the one, the citizens. We're the ones that the people from the city are the ones that keep going out there getting shot and killing each other, and they don't have any insurance. So I think the burden should be on the city because we got more people frequenting the hospital. I mean, that's just common sense, okay? Because folks out in the country, um, hey, we need white water, okay? Okay, I am a computer genius, but that don't mean I know everything, brother. I'm more of a genius than you are. Thank you. Okay. And I never said I was a genius. I just said I was a smart guy. But then again, even some even doctors, brain surgeons, really neurosurgeons have to go to other neurosurgeons often to see what the problem is. Okay, so what can I tell you? But I ain't mad at you though. Don't get me wrong. Normally podcasts don't really get phone calls, but I'm gonna get this thing squared away here in a minute. So I really am. Because I don't know what the hell's going on with this week. It's just giving me the blues. So I'm just gonna do a couple shows over the weekend just to make sure that I got it fixed. Something's going on here. I don't know. It's like Ronald Reagan said, something is going wrong in time and space right now. Okay, so that's all I'm saying. So y'all can hear everything, but the callers, right? Y'all can hear um, y'all can hear everything but the callers. Okay, so okay, so let me see if this. Okay, okay. I think. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Now, maybe, just maybe, just maybe, just maybe, it just came fixed. I'm not sure. Somebody's got to call for me to make sure. Okay. Somebody's gonna have to call to make sure. I think. Okay. I need now. If you want, Don, if you want to call and help me figure this problem out here, I don't mind. Yeah, because I don't know everything, but I think. Uh, yes, yes. So I hear you well. Can you hear yourself in the background? Oh, okay. Well, really? No. Okay then. Okay, let me the white screen. Uh, well, let me try this. Let me. Ah, okay. So that gives me a little bit of because I realize the callers are more important than me because they're hell my mind don't change. Um, okay, well, well, it don't. I mean, I'm pretty stern in my belief. Like Miles, yeah, and y'all are too. Like Miles Monroe said, like Yeah, Miles Monroe said, "Hey, listen, you have to." Okay, so let me see. Okay, well, am I going to who? Of course not. When the call log was up. Okay, so let me. It was up where? Was it in the window? Was it? All right then. Well, let me figure that out in a little bit here, and I'll okay. Let me see if I can get back to that. Oh! Wait a minute! 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 You talking about? Okay, you're talking about. Okay.
It's the she said the screen done went black.
It's it ain't it ain't.
Let me see, 'cause my sister she can hear me. She can hear me now. Hear him and me too. Yeah. Whatever you got
Oh.
going now, I can hear you now.
Okay then. So let me.
Now what is that screen?
Well, that's my call thing. Okay, so let me see here, but I don't want to put everybody. I don't want to put that on. Okay, hold. Let me see if I can get. Let me see. Now, it. Listen, wait a minute. I think I know what I did. Okay, now, actually, can she hear? Can she hear us talking now? Yeah, yeah. That's what I need to know. I think I know what's going on now. Really? Now this is okay. Well, this
Just to put the screen back up.
I did put the screen back up, but
Now I can hear it again.
see, I don't okay.
But you see the name.
Yeah, but I don't want to see everybody's name calling. So
Everybody wants their name, I can hear it again. Well, see, I don't care because you know me.
okay, well, people know who you are, so we just
I don't care. Like I said, you know me.
yeah.
You know what you're dealing with. That's all I got to say.
Well, okay then. Well, we'll make it work some kind of way. We'll make it work. So
I got to tell you, you know me well.
yeah, we do. Okay, well, okay. I don't know what brought this about, but we are going to we're going to work with it for the time being because I don't.
See, I love America.
Yeah,
And I believe in it. You
yeah.
know me. That's all I need to say. You know me.
Okay then.
Men know me.
Yeah. Well.
Have a great day, Kevin.
Okay.
But tell Doug pony up on more than what he's trying to give, because he don't pop more than that in Whitewater.
Well, that's true too. But let's listen. Whitewater is.
I don't want to hear sick people are sick people.
Well, Whitewater is something we need. We don't really. You know.
Yeah.
Well, we need a hospital. Well, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, yeah.
You get sick, you're gonna need the hospital, not water.
Yeah. Well, okay then. All right. I guess. I don't know why that thing right there has got to be up, showing everybody's business. But we'll see. Okay. Well, hey, listen. I'll have to go to Chat GPT and see what's wrong with that. And it's a shame y'all didn't hear. Well, anyway, I'm gonna paraphrase what the guy said. He says that we oh, let me put that this way, that way, that way. Okay, I don't want to remove it. Okay, I don't want to remove it, but we'll see. We'll see if that actually works in this case here because I'm all confused. I'm all confused. Okay, I'm all confused right now this morning. So, interesting. Well, things happen for a reason. Okay, moving right along to other things. Okay. Last week, early part of the week, we talked about Hooks is the Dixie chick. Okay, so when you put your face, we cannot hear you. You can hear me now, can't you? Daryl, you can hear me now, right? I'm sure you can. Yeah, you can hear me now. But something, okay, well, I'll have to figure all that out later on. What am I doing differently now that I've always done? I've always done, I don't know. I think I'm going to get another, I think I'm going to get another, hell, I thought, wait a minute. She's got a twin. Okay. She has a twin, and so they are actually twins. I can't really tell them apart most of the time anyway. Yeah, and they sound pretty much alike, to tell you the truth. Anyway, moving on to other things. Moving on to now that I got some idea, at least temporarily, a work through for the time being, and hopefully by Monday I'll be squared away, because I'm just this is really giving me stress. Okay, so they can hear me. This is really giving me stress, and I don't know why, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. Okay, what is that number again? Because we need to get some more folks in here so we can see what's going on. Let me see here now. What is the number here? Okay, and y'all helping me. So this is why I'm sending all of y'all a check for helping me figure this problem out. Okay, I'll hook y'all up at some point in time. As soon as I get like $1 million in the bank, I'm going to make sure I cut y'all a check for at least $100. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, Marion, good morning. So you hear me? Okay, so everybody hears me, but so it's not when I don't know what's going on. But we'll figure it out. If I got to break the whole thing down over the weekend and start all over again. See, Don thinks that just because I know a lot about computers and stuff, this is really not. I mean, I'm using the computer as a vehicle by which to communicate, but I'm not in charge of the communication. You know, I'm in charge of other things. Marion, my favorite Democrat. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. What else did I have written down? Oh, we talked about gun control last week. How we really need some. I'm good. I think we do. Hopefully we won't. Yeah. I mean, we need some sort of gun control. I'm not saying take the guns away from people, because if you take the guns away from people, then only thing that's going to happen is that the people who don't have guns now won't have a way to protect themselves. So I don't want to take the guns away, but I certainly want to do something. Okay. Now I'm going to see if this works the way it should. Good morning, Marion. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, Kevin, good morning. How's it going?
Pretty good. Now, can y'all hear my caller on the phone? Now, that's why I need to know if they can hear you.
I can hear you well.
But can you hear you?
No, I'm not. I can't hear me. I don't hear any echo background or anything of that nature. So it's good on this end. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Okay. Can y'all hear? Okay. I hear you. Okay. Well, I didn't know if people can hear you. Okay. So somebody said they can hear you. Okay. Well, that's cool.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. So we're tracking, happy Friday.
Yeah. Happy Friday. We're working on it.
So
let me ask you a question. You are a good Democrat. So let me ask you a question.
Okay. I'm a great American. I'm a greater American.
But you're a good Democrat, though. You're a good Democrat. And yesterday, some people went out and harassed some brother. The Soul Patrol went out and harassed a local businessman because he had the audacity to celebrate the birthday of Charlie Kirk. So they went out there and harassed. And I'm not going to call anybody's name because I know who was out there. I'm not going to call their name though.
Okay.
But harassed this man because of what he likes Charlie Kirk. They act like he was a racist, he was this and he was that, and
Okay.
is that something that you would support?
No, like I said, the define harassment. What did they go and?
Harassment.
I mean, how did they harass him?
Going on his property, intimidating his employees.
Right. Right.
All because there was a birthday celebration. He just celebrated, the birthday. I like Charlie Kirk also. Did I agree with him on everything? Of course not. I mean, but the man stood up for something that he believed in. You know what? If most of us so-called Christians did the same thing, we could change America overnight.
Well, Kevin, I wasn't there to know what happened, but what I would do is caution people not to go and harass folks with violence or intimidation, and more or less hit them in the pockets. Hit them financially. Don't shop there, don't patronize.
But why even do that for something that he believes? Now you don't have to believe it, but if you don't like him, though, you ain't got to shop.
Well, Kevin, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the Supreme Court ruled and that business owners can serve and deny whoever they want to serve and deny. Whether if you're saying you want to take for a same-sex marriage, they don't have to do that anymore. They can refuse your business and so forth. So it works both ways.
Well, it does.
And meaning that if you disagree with an individual, protest them and don't spend any money at that company, and then you can always protest, but you do it in peace, meaning that you be so many feet away from the business with a picket sign, but you don't harass the customers, you don't harass the employees, you don't do that. It's not like it's a strike and you're trying to keep people from crossing the strike line. So, if it's done correctly, that's fine. But what's going on around this nation, Kevin, is that you got people in, Chicago, people in Oregon, and people in Los Angeles protesting, but you have ISIS and federal agents don't even want you protesting. They jacking you up and kicking you out of the country, and you're an American citizen. And my thing is, I question what they have behind that mask. It's been rumored that it's been the Proud Boys and the 50%ers or whoever these individuals are.
You don't believe that?
They're going around doing that stuff. Well, Kevin, under the Trump administration, you don't know what to believe. And it's like with this shutdown, Kevin, I am in total agreement with it, because Trump has shown more and more that his word is only as good as the paper that it's written on. If they were to agree to say, okay, we'll go ahead and open up the government and we'll negotiate it in November, Trump will go back on those words, because he has so many times, like these $50 billion that have been allocated to these schools. Because he's mad at you and you're not kissing his ring, he'll go and snatch the money that he signed that it would be okay with a year ago, or 6 months ago.
Right. Let me ask you a question, though. Everybody that's ever been in the White House that has had a disagreement with the House of Representatives or the Senate have used tactics in order to accomplish their goal or a compromise. What it seems to me, though, the Democrats don't want to compromise, and I will compromise with at least that.
Kevin, Right. Let me tell you what happened. You remember Schumer, when they went through this several months ago. Schumer caught a big backlash because he signed and authorized the Senate to vote to keep the government open, right? Trusting that Trump would do the right thing.
Yeah.
So what happened? He signed a big, beautiful bill going completely opposite of what he promised, which was cancel Medicaid and other things of that nature. So he went back on his word. So this go around, they said, well, no, you're saying that go ahead and open the government and you'll discuss it later. But they went down this road before. You can't trust him. He goes back on his word. You can't. He give you his word and then he'll cancel it, in a moment's notice. So I agree with them what they're doing. Let me tell you why, Kevin. We're talking about Obamacare, right?
Right.
My daughter. She.
It was called the Affordable. Wait a minute. It was called the Affordable Health Care Act, which all of a sudden it's not affordable anymore.
Actually, it was called Obamacare, then Affordable Care, to keep from giving the credit. But I want to say this to you: my daughter graduated right? Just graduated with a master's and everything, getting ready to go into the job force.
Mhm.
But she had to come off my insurance because she had turned 26.
Well, it was
So what did
time
I
for her to
do?
come
We
off
did
your insurance.
exactly. Let me listen to what I'm saying, Kevin. I'm not arguing with that.
Mm.
But what we did, we shopped around and everything. You know, got the affordable care. Cafeteria, affordable care, Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is a reasonable amount of money, but still is more than most because of my income. And I'm okay with that. But what you do, you get notice in the mail saying that you're going to be paying 3 times more than what you're paying now by
20%.
November the 1st.
Yeah. Now, you can't put that on Trump. You can't put that on Trump.
Kevin, you can't put that on him until he signs the thing, pushing it forward to giving it. What the Democrats are arguing is that all he got to do is sign authorizing, that to continue. And he's not doing that because of the great, beautiful bill, the Medicaid cuts and all this other stuff, the subsidies and all that goes. And that's the issue. It's affecting real Americans. And I'm going to tell you something else, what I don't get and what Trump doesn't get either. He's saying that he's going to penalize Democratic cities by cutting programs, what have you. Don't he realize that it's going to affect Republicans too? I don't think he get it. He's talking about cutting programs and different. Not only in this city, it's Republican city, right? But we got Democrats. But in the state of Oregon and California, you got Republicans.
And you got some of the worst crime in all of these states that are ran by Democrats have some of the worst crime, some of the terrible educational systems. Why is that? There's a philosophical issue here.
Kevin, do you really want to go there? We're talking about Alabama. That's totally different subject. You're talking about states with crime, Kevin.
Let me put this down. Hold on there, Mr. Don. I'll be right with you. Okay. Anyway, we can't solve problems in Washington, D.C. and Montgomery.
Tennessee has its issues. The state of Alabama will has its issues. It's not a Republican thing or a Democratic thing.
It's mostly Democratic cities in America right now, in Republican states that are way down, that they are like an albatross on the back.
I know, but Kevin, you can go both ways. You can say it's mostly Republican states that you have a lot of these mass shootings.
That's funny. We catch it on.
Think about it, Kevin.
Yeah.
In a lot of your Republican states, you have huge
it's done in predominantly, for the most part, Democratic cities.
Kevin.
Yeah, bro.
Florida.
It is what it is.
The shooting, Columbine shooting.
Yeah.
Kevin, in Texas.
Yeah.
The big shootings in Texas, Kevin. Come on now.
Hey.
But see, you said states, Kevin.
Yeah.
You said
well, the states, right? But it's the cities that are predominantly ran by Democrats that have the highest crime and the lowest education levels. It is
Kevin,
what it is.
You want to be selective, but Kevin, where I'm going at right now is with this health care that's affecting a lot of Americans. And Trump has he's thinking he's hurting Democrats, but he's hurting Americans.
Well, he's hurt everybody.
Country.
And Kevin, I don't understand. Okay, Kevin, I got to run down because I got somebody else.
This is one country, one nation under God.
That's what we're supposed to be.
Caliban.
Done.
You done gave Marty's alias away. Calling it's Marion. No wonder he goes by Marty.
That was an accident.
That is the most ignorant call I think I've heard in a lifetime. All the stuff he's talking about, taking money from school. That all it is a continuation of the present bill spending stuff. It ain't got nothing to do with all the garbage he said. And then now this Negro, for some reason, goes back to Columbine. How long ago was Columbine?
It's been a minute, but
he goes back to Columbine every time he turns around and talks about that white mass shooting. Hell, you got 5 or 6 right around here mass shootings, all black. Why don't he bring them up? He's got to go back 50 years to find something. It's so damn ignorant, it just gets old. Hey, if the first black mayor gets Jackson closed, where are we going to send the shooting victims?
That ain't even funny, but that's why some of these hospitals are losing money. Nobody.
So what's the scam with the first black mayor? He ain't got enough power on it, or what's the deal?
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know.
But you done gave away all these people's names. The lovely Miss Ann, you done gave her name away.
Well, she didn't get.
You done gave Marion's name away. Shit, Marion may have to go back to work if he can't call in on an alias.
Man, I didn't give your name.
Where does he work? At a school or something, or a prison? Where does Marion work?
I don't have a clue.
That is the most ignorant call. Who controls Medicaid?
Who controls it? The federal government controls it.
No, Medicaid is controlled by the states.
It is?
Yes, that's Medicaid.
But the money comes. Oh, Medicaid. Oh, okay, Medicaid. Okay, I thought you.
So for him, Marty called in and say he cut out Medicaid. It's so stupid. I wish these people would. Could you teach them? Well, no, you couldn't teach them, but maybe you could get somebody to teach them. Gary could probably teach these people because they're really showing their ignorance when they call in. So that is stupid. I don't know what Marion does for a living, but you done cut out his alias, and hell, he might have to get up and go to work, and not be calling into a radio station.
Yeah, well, all right, Don. Appreciate it, Don. Thank you for being persistent. Okay, did I figure out my problem this morning? Maybe I did. I'm not sure. But if this is what it is right here, then that's what it is. Anyway, moving right along to other things. I will say one thing that's kind of, how is it that we can look at the same thing and reach two different and decisive meanings of what we see? How is that? How do we get to the point where we can look at a sunny day and somebody will look at the same day and say, man, it ought to be raining? I mean, how do we get to, I mean, are we doing, but I'm going to say this much here. I think, and again, I think that the leadership in Washington, D.C., when Trump was in the first time, brought all of this on themselves because they dogged this man, said he was a stooge for Putin. Matter of fact, I think they're supposed to be meeting. I think the Putin and Trump are supposed to be meeting in what is the name of that city that everybody goes to when they want to have peace talks? Is it Budapest? No, I don't think it's Budapest. It's somewhere like that. Anyway, it's supposed to meet sometime next week and talking about this thing that's happening in Ukraine. I mean, this needs to end. I don't know exactly what's going to happen in Israel right now because evidently after they signed the peace treaty, the Hamas they executed a bunch of people. I mean, how would you like to live in that environment over there? We don't know how blessed we are. I mean, we don't have to worry about Hamas, but we do got to worry about some folks around here carrying guns. And I'm calling on the governor to not do away, but open carry. I'm sorry, being able to walk down the street with a rifle on you is not a good thing that reasonable people do. Okay, we need some sort of gun control in this state. Okay, I mean, if you're out on your farm, okay, if you just want to shoot at things, they got a lot of rats out there, roaches out there, deer, whatever it is y'all want to shoot at. If you're in the rural area, I can understand being able to walk around with you. And that's cool. But in the city limits, I'm sorry, we need, and now if the mayor should fight for anything, he ought to fight for that, to be able to stop people from walking around inside the city limits with a gun or with a rifle. With open carry. I just think there's something wrong. Unless you are a member of law enforcement, there's no reason in the world for you to walk around the streets of Montgomery with a rifle on you. There's just no reason whatsoever. Nobody will convince me that you need to do that, because all we are doing is putting a lot of people in harm's way, and we're making the job for the police difficult, for the sheriff difficult. So I'm calling on the mayor. And here's another thing. If you are a private business owner, you can tell people you cannot bring guns into their business, and that's cool. So if we are a city, why in the world can't we do the same thing? I mean, you cannot in the city limits of Montgomery. I'm thinking and listen, Mayor, I would do it anyway. Let them take you to court. Because if you lose, you still won't be any worse off than we are now. Okay, so I'm just thinking we got to do something about this gun thing. I mean, I realize Bubba and Leroy want to get out there and and how much you want to bet? Is this weekend Magic City Classic up in Birmingham? I think that's what they play. That's when they is that when you Alabama State and somebody gets together, or whoever the Magic City Classic is? I don't know who it is, but let's. I mean, I don't even know who in the hell wants to go to a football game nowadays. You never know. Don't they check these people before they come in? I mean, don't we have a metal detector and all that kind of stuff right there? You would think we do. Somebody said, has Obamacare? When it said, has Obamacare saved every household? No, it's cost every household $2,500. It ain't. And listen, I got to tell you, I do not know how some people can afford. Okay, I agree with that too. But if the guns are out there for them to get, then unstable people will still be getting the guns. Again, I don't want people's guns taken away, but I'll reach a compromise here. You just don't need to walk around the city of Montgomery. I'm all right for concealed weapons. I am. I'm all right with concealed weapons because most crooks gonna conceal it anyway. What gets me is you can just walk down the street with a rifle and nobody can do it. The sheriff can't do nothing to you. The police can't do anything to hell. No wonder nobody wants to be a policeman anymore. You know, I mean, you cannot chastise them. I mean, what if they're a felon? What if they just got out of jail? They're walking down the street with a gun. I mean, what if they're going to kill somebody? I mean, we don't know. I mean, we put ourselves in harm's way, and then we wonder when the harm comes, what happened? Okay, this gun thing is just way out of control. I mean, way out of control. Okay, I'm just saying. What he says? What he says? Tell me the business. If blacks aren't going to go there, I'll go. Well, I'm not going to name the business, but if you go on the internet, you can find the business and everything that everybody's raising sand at, which I don't quite get it, but that's them. That's them. There are so many other things that are worth talking about, that are worth going after, besides people who are trying to make a living. Okay, and for the record, I don't hate people. I don't dislike anybody in my life and that's been in my life because of their color. I just don't. As a matter of fact, I'm a I don't know what I'm a weeble. Okay, I love everybody. I mean, love is strong, but I do. As a human being, I love everybody. I just don't have the problem with color that people do around here. I just don't. And people who are being productive don't have time to sit around worried about somebody's color. Because in America, there's only one color that really matters, and that's green. And if you're not out there trying to make some of that green stuff, then what can I tell you? Then you got too much time on your hand. You got too much time on your hand, and you need to be doing something with your life. Okay? I didn't say gun laws will stop crime. Okay? I realize that. Gun laws won't stop crime. I understand that. But let me ask you something. If we already got crime, why do we need to add more salt to the dish? Why do we need to add more things to it? Why do we need more potential crooks walking around with rifles on their side, MAC-10s, open can? Why do we need to have these people walk? We don't know if they're stable. We don't know if they're mentally ill. We don't know what their mental status is. Their state is. We don't know. But you telling me that it's okay for everybody to walk around here with a gun? I mean, a rifle? And what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? It is going to happen. Somebody is going to be walking down the street with a gun, and they're going to kill some people. It's going to kill some people. And then we're going to say, Ooh, what do we do now? Well, tell that to the people who are going to have to go to the funerals. Okay, we need to. And matter of fact, I don't mind people carrying guns. But I am more for concealed weapon, and concealed weapon permits need to be reactivated. We need to we don't know you got it, but somebody knows you got it. Okay, somebody knows you got it, and therein lies, and that would give me some comfort that you're not walking around here and nobody knows you got a concealed. I mean, concealed weapon. Well, you got a right to protect yourself. I mean, if you coming in and out of your business for work at night, yeah, you got a right to protect yourself. And so that's not the problem, because crooks don't care whether or not you believe in the Second Amendment or not. They don't. They'll get a gun and they'll do crazy things. I know that. But again, somebody give me a reason. The reason that you need to walk down the streets of Montgomery with a rifle. I'll wait right here till somebody comes over. Give me a reason you need to do that. Inside the city limits. We're not shooting. We may shooting each other, but we're not shooting at ducks and squirrels and pigs and turkeys and things of that nature. Give me the reason why we need to walk in this city with a gun. Why you need to ride down the streets of Montgomery with rifles in your back seat. Okay? I mean, I was against matter of fact, you guys can thank me, because I was so against roadblocks back in the day. Now I'm gonna have to be for them. Because maybe we need to set up some impromptu roadblocks and check these idiots walk around here with guns. I mean, maybe we need to. And again, you need to. I think you need to have a license, license to carry, even concealed. Okay, but let's hope that nothing happens at the foot on this weekend. At some of these, I think the Magic City Classic is today. Not today. This weekend. Is that? My twins, is the Magic City Classic today? That's all I need to know. Is it today or this weekend? Because that's going to bother me a little bit, because I just don't want anybody getting hurt. Last time I was at the country club, I've never heard anybody talk about race. Well, that's because probably at the country club you only got one race there. I'm going to leave that one alone too. Okay. So it's no Magic City classes today. I just know something's going on, and oh wait. It's Mississippi Valley. I think Mississippi Valley and another. Okay. I thought. Oh, that's next weekend. Oh, okay, we good. Okay. I'll be at home. Yeah, I'll be at home. Okay. What's just gonna say? I told you had a racist that about every chance he gets. Oh yeah, you talking about what's his name? Yeah, he can't help it. I mean, but now I got to tell you, we got there's some daddies around. They got to hold some responsibility for that kind of attitude, because we do have too many young folks going around here. And you know what? When I looked at those two young men whose lives have been changed forever because of an impulse, because of some wayward thinking, no discipline, their lives will be, and one of them, because of his age, could possibly be given a death penalty. And so that bothers me. He's the same age that Z is going to be next week. Z's the 20th. When is the 20th? Is that Monday? I don't know. Okay, I got to send him something. I don't know what to send him, though. Okay. I don't know what to send him. I'll call him and say happy birthday. But he'll be 19. Look at the two worlds. Look at the two worlds they are in. I got one 19-year-old that's out here walking the streets of Montgomery, shooting people dead. I got another 19-year-old serving his country, trying to make something out of himself. What's the difference between those two 19-year-olds? The 19-year-olds is nothing. They're 19. The difference is a dad in their lives. That's the difference. A dad in their lives. Okay. And so their lives are going exactly the opposite when they could be going exactly the same. These young men will never be the same. And they probably didn't even realize what they were actually doing. I mean, they watch too many video games, listen to too many rap songs, and it indoctrinates them into a mentality that sends them down the road, a long road that leads to no place. Oh, and I hear you. Right. They're like, oh, listen, I hear you. Yeah, I'm not. I'm absolutely. Listen. You talking to the choir. But these kids' lives, I mean, and a lot of folks got shot that day, and it's a shame. I mean, something certainly needs to happen to them. I don't know what that something is, although I know the one kid, that 19-year-old is grown, and he could possibly get the death penalty, and so I don't know. Again, our laws need to start holding parents totally responsible for their kids until they're 18 years old. Totally 100%. If that kid does something, you may not go to jail with them, but you're certainly going to be beside them. You're going to be in every court case. You're going to be in every hearing. You need to be there. Okay, whether you lose work or not, and that will, I think, make a lot of parents take hold of their kids. That thing. What's that old thing said back in the day? Yeah, here before they put them. Yeah, well, you're probably right. Which I don't understand. That's why the death penalty doesn't really do much to deter crime. Okay. And the mayor said, well, the mayor said that, but the mayor was being political. Okay. He was being political. Okay. Now they have made an example of him, though. They got him. They got him. I mean, and I hope they got the right people, and not somebody else, not somebody else that's standing in for him. I hope these are the two kids that are absolutely involved. But at 19 years old, you know the difference between right and wrong. And it's a shame. I got a son 19. Be 19 on Monday or Sunday, one of these days. So days have 3 days from now. Yeah. Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, be 19 Monday. And these two 19-year-olds, same age, born the same year, different path. And I think I gotta now his father may be in part of his life. I don't know. I don't know. But there's a good chance that he isn't. I don't know how a child can get in this type of situation if his dad is going to be a dad and talk to him and counsel him and tell him things. I don't know how you can get there. But kids have minds of their own too. So I'm not blaming his father, whomever that may be. I'm just saying that we hold some responsibility, and we as a society, we are partly responsible for 19 and a 18. I don't know how the other young guy was, 16, 15, whatever he was. We hold some responsibility in this too, as a society, as a culture, by allowing the permissiveness that we give our folks to listen to that crap on the radio. We're partly responsible too. You can't not say that we are not responsible in some way. Are we responsible because we didn't get involved? Are we responsible? And I will tell you, I take some responsibility because I was tired of talking to young kids. I just got sick of it. You try to talk to them, they call you names. one white guy told me, he said, I said, why are you walking with your pants down? And he looked at me. He said, nigga, please. I said, what? He said, nigga, please. Okay, I said, okay then, right on. I'm gone. Yeah, I'm gonna be done with this. Yeah. Yeah. And I said, come on, man. That's the best you can do. Now he was lucky that I am who I am, and it didn't bother me very much at all. But a young white kid walking down Lower Wetumpka Road, pants all down, and I told him, I said, listen, I realize that you're emulating the brothers. I feel it. I said, can't you find anything else to emulate about black guys that walk around with your pants down? Okay. So I said, okay, what you want, man?
Hey, Kevin, how come some of these people, like the lovely Miss Ann and Willie Durham's messages show up under you, but they don't show up in the live chat?
I don't know.
Well, could you figure it out?
Yeah, I'll figure that out. You know,
they ought to go in the live chat so we could hear what Miss Ann or Camilla's talking about.
Yeah. Well,
Camilla might want to do away with that picture. I understand why she's single now.
Yeah. See you later. Yeah, I can do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show. Okay, show. There we go, right there. Okay, there we go, right there. We put that out there so everybody can see it. So I don't have to put it all on the thing here. At least he said, please. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Okay then. Well, I don't have to put stuff out there anymore. So people can see your live chat. Okay, so what we talk about today? We talk about the hospital. The mayor says she's going to veto the thing because he wants the county to be responsible for the 15 million, and we'd be responsible for the but we got a budget. I believe the budget for the county is $153 million. Our budget is $383 million. I mean, hey, where are we gonna spend all that money? And here's something I don't quite understand. And maybe the mayor, somebody, next time he's on, I didn't bother him this month because he was this week because he was going through the and all that stuff. So, yeah. But if we fund the police department for 450 policemen, knowing we only have about 150, 200 at the most, where does that money go? Where does that money go? Who uses that money? Or is it like the state's education trust fund, where they got $10 billion in it, but they don't just use it for education. They use it for all kinds of things, not just education. But so is the police budget a place to put money that you can obfuscate and use for other things? Because if we only got 200 police, I'm being nice when I say, let's say 250, okay? But they fund it as if the police department was full. So where does the money go? Okay, I'm gonna find that out. Because if at the end of the year the money is not there, then where is it? Okay, it just seemed like to me that we could, that's enough money to pay for the hospital thing right there. So even though we are on the hook for 15 million, we got about $15 million. It goes back. Right. Okay. So if it goes back into the general fund, then what that means is that it's available. So what's the mayor whining about? And I think the budget for the last I checked was $41 million for the police department. $41 million. So it seemed like to me that we got the money to help the hospital thing, the hospital people. We got the money. We got more money than the county does. Okay. Well, even a Ferris wheel didn't cost that much money. I mean, even a Ferris wheel didn't cost $15 million yet. I mean, come on now. Was that just put up for the fair, or is that still downtown? I didn't see it. I don't care much about a Ferris wheel. It pays for free. Okay, now you know what though? There was no free beer given at Ferris wheel provided by the city of Montgomery. That didn't happen. Now, if somebody brought some down there and gave it away, that's a whole different ball game. But the city did not provide, and that's a rumor that was going around town. The city did not provide free alcohol for fairs. I just know that. I mean, Montgomery uncut with Tonka uncut, and you boy that neighbor here all kinds of act like it's a solemn thing. I'll just tell you it's BS. Okay. Bravo Sierra. Okay, that's what we call it. All right then. I do hope that now I don't think the government been shut down for 3 weeks in a long, long time. I do remember in 1975 or one of the years when they didn't pay us for a while. Even in the middle, they didn't pay us for a while, and I knew we was going to get it. But hey, I was getting a free meal. I was getting some milk, all the milk I wanted out the mess hall, and so I was good. Whereas, as a civilian, you don't get free anything. So I do hope they get this thing done and they compromise. Politics is about the art of compromise. I do hope that they figure this out because now it's getting in the serious part of all of this. If you work for the government, but on the but here's something that now again, here is something that government workers got to understand. You need to save yourself at least 2 months in the bank. You need to save yourself some money in the bank because just because you get paid for the government and y'all walk around here all arrogant sometimes, and they do, they walk around all arrogant sometimes. Well, I work for the government. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you work for the government. So save some money up. Don't spend every dime you get because you never know what might happen. Okay. And since you do work for the government, you need to put at least a couple of months money in reserve. That means don't go eat every day, don't do all that stuff. And even it's for the most part, I think, protected under that. There's some things that are protected from you still get paid from. But I'm just telling you, if you work for the government, you need to put some back. Okay. You need to bank because you never know. And I learned the hard way. Come to work one day and the guy said, "Hey, Elkins, yes. I need you to know." I mean, think about this. Happened to me. 23 years. It's never one day of sickness, never miss one day, never miss anything. And all of a sudden you get called into the office on your 24th year and they say, yeah, we don't, we went a different direction. I will tell you, saved up a little bit of money, almost for like in radio. I don't want a job cooking at McDonald's or anything like that. I've been looking for a job in radio. You can't find one. I mean, a black man that's conservative catching hell in the city that ain't. And and again, I philosophy. I just better suited for success than on everything they do. Everything that they do in the house are us keeping us to I hear you. Whoever said you need to, at a you need to save it up for a month because I mean, and now I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't as bad off as a lot of people were who got let go that day because that was their only source of income, and they're the ones I felt. I mean, we worked. Cumulus laid off about 100 people one day. Don't forget it. 2024. Okay, and said, well, that's the way it goes. But like Malcolm said, if you don't own it, you ain't claim it. So I mean, now the podcast business, not advertising. Okay, take it off the job locally, but somebody I should work from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I just told them, listen, after 24 years in radio, you think I'm going to do the midnight shift? You know, really think I'm going to do the midnight shift? No, we ain't. No, we don't. We're not going to do that. Said, well, you're not to have a job. I said, well, no, that's freaking that is my, you know, I work on the. That's I'm glad. Yeah, like from 5 I was on. One time I was on from 10 to midnight. Okay, but I was new. I didn't know anything. Hey, that's the way I got to make salad and give me a time where people are willing to listen to the radio and I can sell them. I can't sell nothing from some 17. We're listening from 7 at night, 10 watching the news and kind of equally on. I can watch Giselle. Giselle was actually a minister. Facebook cussing and all kinds of. I didn't, but you minister, you know, like that. I mean, I know, but I mean, take on when you wear that thing around. You know what I'm saying something. Now, Jamel really means something. Young, he was about 70 years old. 70. Be nice. I mean, he got ordained a minister. I think it could have been. Maybe he's really not a minister. Because the way he was talking on the internet the other night. Hey, is anybody? And they got, veterans don't pay credit cards. Are you on Social Security? You can get a $3,000 spending card for groceries and rent. Okay, but what they don't tell you is that you have to give them back $184 every month of your check. So how much is that? What's 184 times 12? Wait, hold it. Theory? What is 84 times 12? 12,208. Okay. So who got $1,000 in order to get their 2,500 gross? Of course, it doesn't. And when you get other good time, so that you give up Democrat for you. Oh, we go give you that. Okay, what are you giving up to get it? And again, everything that Democrats fight for, everything they fight for is it's a way to tether us, and tether means to connect us to you. Okay, it's like your bicycle, the lock. Okay, so your bike, so no, but it gives them a hard time to steal your bike if they got to take the bike and take the wheel off the bike. Anyway, okay, so hopefully I got my phone thing squared away here. So Monday, if we just go up there the same I just did, in the quiet of the morning, okay, we should be good. Hands raised high in deal. Names are that way. But you can't. Now you sure can. Good morning. Let me thank all of you for being patient with this this week. Tough week. And if I drank, I'd have been drunk this week. I know how to drink. I'm going to get a Coca-Cola. Great afternoon. It is falling down that gives us strength. Every time we do. My word for you today is you're getting up. Don't ever fall down. Always be found trying to. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Stay in the house. Wait a minute. That don't get any more. I might as well leave the house. We'll see you later. Have a good day.